wrong. Nate, any tips for someone trying to get a stream to grow? I have a set schedule now, and I'm posting clips and videos on social, just not really seeing any upward trend. Yeah, Burger Time. I mean, yo, listen, bro. This is kind of one of those Burger Time. Yo, listen, man. Look, I'm rooted in reality. So when people come in here and ask me, I like to give it to people straight, bro. And I get people to ask me how to grow their stream every day. I don't answer it every day because I talk about it every now and again, but it starts repeatedly getting asked. But I promise you I'm not complaining. I'm happy to answer your question. Point blank period, bro. Growing your stream from nothing nowadays is really difficult. I say this a lot. If I had to start over today, just like right now in my career, and nobody knew who I was, or I had none of the accomplishments that I had early days of Call of Duty, I would probably be scratching my head as well, trying to figure out how to grow my stream. You know, we've kind of reached like critical mass on the internet where everybody now is all in on social media and anybody can be a creator, and there's so much content being consumed 24/7, and it's spread out against a million platforms, bro. Like there's like 5 different streaming services. There's like 7 different social media websites and platforms that people use every day. And then you still have like Netflix and HBO Max and all, you know, there's just so much of everything everywhere. It's so spread out. I feel like nowadays it's really hard to like build a community from the ground up, just because there's just attention spans have gotten smaller and shorter, and content has just gotten bigger in every direction. So look, the best advice that I can give, which I can't tell you how to execute on it, because some of these things I would be doing myself if I were more creative and more entertaining. To me, the only ways to grow on stream are 3 things. 1, be really good at a popular game. Like, I'm talking top 1%, top 0.001% of a popular game that people love. Extra points and extra credit if you are really good at that game right as it comes out, before it even gets as popular as it will end up becoming. That's kind of a guessing game. You never know when a game is going to go viral and everybody wants to play it. But the proof is in the pudding, bro. There's been many streams that have blown up because they were in the right place at the right time, and they were the best at a game that ended up getting very, very popular. AKA be lucky, LOL? Yes, kind of. The second way I think to grow your stream is to be so overly, outwardly eccentric, creative, and really, really like invest in the production of your stream. And I'm not saying that you need to spend money to do that, but like, look, I used to use Dr. Disrespect as a great example, as somebody like who came in streaming Battle Royale, like PUBG and H1Z1, while there were already a lot of people streaming the game. And he would do the green screen skits. He created this whole character. You know, he had that character back in like 2009, 2010, but he really had like a very unique approach to streaming. And I think that really set him up for greatness at that time. You know, like just having like something that nobody else was doing on Twitch. And I know that he's done a lot of things that we're not going to get into. But in the early days of streaming, like, and even later, while streaming was already pretty big, he found his own little niche, and it helped him grow. Point blank period. Nowadays, you know, Kai Cenat is probably a much better example. Kai Cenat, you know, he kind of popularized again, like the second wave of people streaming Elden Ring. You know, he really, really does a lot of planning when it comes to skits and these like 2 weeks, I'm going to go to prison. I'm going to spend 2 weeks in prison. And then from that, like he kind of parlays it by using all that hype to get celebrities to come on, and really thinking outside the box of what streaming traditionally has always been, which is video games on Twitch, but turned it into something so much bigger than that. That's easier said than done. obviously, bro, that's easier said than done. You know, for people that are working like full time, that are just trying to, like, they have this dream of making streaming their full-time career, there's obviously not enough hours in the day to do everything that you need to do to keep a roof over your head and try to do everything you can. Because, like, there's already so many streamers that do this full time that are just like compounding interest, continuing to grow and grow and grow and snowball because, you know, they have afforded the opportunity to do it full time. So again, those two things that I just mentioned are kind of like luck and timing, and just hitting the right wave at the right time. And that, to be honest with you, bro, I attribute a lot of my success to that. I always have, and I always will. You know, I just so happened to play Call of Duty, and it was my favorite thing when I was a kid, and it ended up being one of the biggest games in the world, even now, like a decade and a half later. Got very, very lucky, you know? So I'm not saying it's impossible to, you know, grow from nothing into something as a streamer nowadays, but the odds are definitely stacked against you, buddy. So if you wanted to hear my take, that's it right there. You got to be incredibly good at something that people love to play and a lot of people are watching, or you got to be incredibly unique with the character or the presence you have on stream and how creative you can get. For a long time, I thought like uploading clips to TikTok was a really great way to get into, you know, a new community and grow that way. Nowadays, I think it's really hard to port over people from like TikTok over to YouTube or Twitch. You know, people like will watch a TikTok and they might see somebody that they think is funny and they start coming up on their algorithm like more than the one time they saw them. All of a sudden, it's like popping up once or twice, 3 times a week. But like, I'll watch their TikTok, but I'll never like seek them out on a different platform. I just watch it when it comes up. I don't know, man. The internet's kind of set up in a way where it's hard to like grow because of people's attention span. So I know that was a really long, drawn out explanation, but that's the best way that I could put it, Burger Time. And I appreciate the gifted subs, and I wish you all the best, buddy. But I got to go back real quick because this hype train is still going. We're on a level 5 hype train. Yo, Ryan's crying hit me with the 500 bits, brother. I appreciate that, big dog. Victorious, thank you very much for the 3 months. Greener hit the 5 gifted. And I didn't even get to dope that man up for the fucking generosity that he just displayed here in this chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. Mavs fan, thank you so much for the 4 months. He said gang shit, brother. Whole lot of gang shit. Dustin Bustin, thank you very much.